For the time being, I have never seen a video ever posted from any Tanki Online English-speaking YouTuber about how to group like a pro or how to group with your friends and actually secure a win every single game. I took it upon myself to make this video. If you guys are in a clan or you're playing with your friends, what are the recommendations I would give for depending on what map you're playing, whether it be small, medium, or large, what combos are the most recommended, and basically everything above that. Now, unfortunately, I'm not going to be going in crazy detail because if I were to go through every single combo in the game, this video would be at least 20 seconds long. But unfortunately, the RNG for me landing in a good team with my clanmates is close to impossible. So if you want your games to go from this...
He's out of ammo. Dead
I died to that.
bodies, bro. Useless to see that.
I'm dying too again.
to this...
If only if I started with a good combo from the start.
Got him. Double kill. Game. Celebratory salute!
Here are a few recommendations that I could do to help you guys improve and maybe play less like an NPC even while you're grouping. Let's start with short maps. Now, for short maps, it's maps like Sandbox or any other Iran. Well, that's technically a medium map, but you get what I'm coming from. Sando is also a very good option. Now, for me, if you want to get a really clean, fast sweep, I'd recommend all three just go Crusader and Palacringe with any sort of melee turret, whether it be Freeze, Acida, Hammer, Tesla. All of these make you a lot more intimidating against the enemy, which tends to remove majority of the threat. Now, good players would see a group of 3 Palacringe players and be like, hell no, I'm out of here. Now, using medium turrets like Ricochet and Vulcan aren't exactly intimidating, only because you have to keep yourself at a distance to actually deliver the full amount of damage. Now, but if you were using a Acida, Freeze, Firebird, Hammer, or any close-range turret, you'd look a lot more intimidating. Now, moving on to medium and medium long range, this is where you have to really keep in mind of what turrets you're using. Now, it depends on what mode you're also playing. I would recommend at least 1 Viking, 1 Crusader, and 1 Palacringe in the team. Now, you could obviously swap off the Palacringe with a Hopper player, depending if you're playing Rugby or Control Points for a fast capper, and have your Viking or Crusader have majority of the control in the center of the map. Now, for turrets, it's quite mixed. Sometimes you have a lot more barriers to work with, which would allow you to use most of the close-range turrets. But the most ones I'd recommend is Railgun, sometimes even Gauss if you have a third player that likes camping, a Hammer, Ricochet, or Vulcan sort of player. Sometimes even Twins works when there's not many Twins protections against you. And finally, last but not least, long-range maps. Now, I've noticed for majority of the long-range maps, you'd be either playing with Siege or Juggernaut. Now, it is necessary for you to have at least 1 Viking player. It's, if not the most pinnacle thing that you need to do. If not Viking, at least 1 Hunter player. Now, if you're playing Siege, for example, you need 100%. You need at least 1 Ares player and 1 healer. Now, you could put both the healer and the Ares player together by using a Thunder healing augment or a Shaft healing augment paired with Ares. Now, for Ares' overdrive, to make it go faster, I would recommend using Driver. But if you don't have any of those, you're kind of screwed, only because the heavy turrets for overdrive take a while to charge up. So by the time you do get your overdrive, there's a high chance of you losing that map. That's assuming you don't have bad teammates in your team. Now, ignoring all of that, all of the main turrets that you do want to be using is at least 1 Railgun or a Shaft or Gauss player, at least 1 medium range turret, whether it be Hammer, whether it be Ricochet, Freeze. Well, Freeze is close range, but you get what I mean, Twins, to keep yourself at a distance to kill enemies there. And at least 1 close-ranged person, so you have an equal balance. So you have 1 player, which is the Ares player, which is your support. You have your main damage dealer, aka the Hunter and Viking player, and you have a guy that is just, sitting around, just overall helping the other 2 teammates with just overall damage support. Now, sometimes it does happen where it just simply doesn't work out for you. Now, for those, I'd recommend just leave the game. I mean, there's no point for you to waste your supplies on NPC teammates, so just keep queuing up for newer games if you just end up with horrible teammates. For us specifically, us EYF members have been known to end up with completely NPC players, which kind of forces us three, or the two of us, to basically solo carry the match. Now, it does obviously get frustrating, and majority of my teammates do swear in their voice chats, but you know, it is what it is. But anyways, that basically wraps up the video. If you feel like I missed out on something, you're more than welcome to mention in the comments down below. As for always, I'll see you guys all in another one. Peace.